That's X-Pac. And X-Pac just came through the crowd and he's asking for a live mic. What's he here to say? Why is X-Pac here?
Hunter, I'm asking you to come to the ring right now. I want to talk it out, man. Come on.
He's asking for Triple H. He's asking for Triple H. I don't know how wise this is. I know that X-Pac and Triple H are longtime friends, but X-Pac must have known what's happened to Triple H and how he's been acting as of late. Maybe that's why he wants to talk to him here tonight. Who knows, but X-Pac coming out here, asking for the game, and what is X-Pac going to say?
I'm not out here as a new member of the roster or anything like that. I just wanted to talk to you man to man in front of everybody here tonight. Hunter, you and I are tight. We go way back. We're DX through and through, man. But you used to be the laser-focused guy going after the world title, and now I don't know what's going on with you, man. And it's sad to see, because before the hit and run, that Triple H is a hell of a lot different than the man that I see standing before me now. I'm not here to insult your intelligence, I had to say something. You're my friend, and if buddies can't talk things out, I don't know who can. Now I understand that this whole deal, trying to figure out who ran you over, it's in your mind, and I get that. Hell, I'd want that son of a bitch held accountable. But you're letting this search, you're letting this guy get inside your mind, and that's taking you away from all of what you used to be about. You used to be about gaining championships, kicking ass, and taking names. But now, you're distracted. You have violent outbursts and you can't control it. They called you the cerebral assassin for a reason. You were cerebral, now you're a madman. And I want to help you out. I just want to tell you, Hunter, just let it go. It'll be the best thing for your career. Just let it go. I know that you thought you were helping me when you came out here tonight. But what you did was try and make me look like a jackass. Just let it go. What the hell are you talking about, Sean? The bastard who hit me with that car tried to end my career, tried to end my life, and you just want me to let it go. I'm not gonna let that son of a bitch get away with his crime. Screw the world title, screw WrestleMania, until I get my hands on the man who tried to end my career. I am not gonna stop, I'm not gonna rest until that guy ain't just behind bars. I beat his ass into oblivion. It's a who's who of suspects. Or maybe, just maybe, it's the person I least suspect. The guy who's right in my nose, telling me that I should just let it go. Maybe the person who tried to end my career thought they could just waltz in here tonight and tell me to forget about this whole thing. Well, if that's what they thought, they're the biggest dumbass to step into the ring with me.
Is Triple H accusing? Oh my god, what a shot! Taking down X-Pac and kicking him out the ring! And X-Pac was just trying to reason with Triple H, and Triple H, does he think that X-Pac was the one who ran him over? And oh my god! Not on the table! On the pedigree! Through the announce table, X-Pac just got planted face first. X-Pac just came out here to try and reason with Triple H, try and tell him to just let it go, and Triple H took that as an insult. And why wouldn't you? Triple H is hell-bent on finding out who ran him over all those months ago, and he has taken out his frustrations on his own friend. Hello everybody and welcome to Metal, and I'm still reeling from what we just saw. If that's what he's going to do to a long-time friend, just imagine what he'll do to an enemy, especially the man who ran him over. Triple H is still hell-bent on finding the person responsible for the hit and run all those months ago. And well, tonight we have a huge show for you on the road to WrestleMania. We have a brand new World Heavyweight Champion. His name is Edge, and live here tonight, he will have his championship celebration for the world to see. And when you talk about championships, one name that comes to mind is Roman Reigns. He is bred for success, at least that's what Arn Anderson will keep telling us. And at Desolation, Roman Reigns defeated Dean Ambrose and is now looking forward to WrestleMania. And following that victory at Desolation, Arn Anderson was not exactly modest about Roman Reigns.
Right now, standing before you is the best living athlete on the face of this earth. I am standing by a man who has unlimited potential here in this company. Dean Ambrose was no match for Roman Reigns. And even though every arena we go to, this man gets booed out of the building, he wins and wins time and time again. When are you people gonna hop onto the bandwagon and realize this is the single greatest athlete in the world? This is a man who makes every single horseman, and I include Ric Flair in that statement, look average by comparison. The sky is the limit for what Roman Reigns can do. This man hasn't even reached his peak. And as we go in to WrestleMania, you are yet to see what Roman Reigns is truly capable of.
Well, here's somebody who probably has a problem with Arn Anderson calling Roman Reigns the greatest athlete in the world today. This is Kurt Angle.
Whoa, back up, hold on a second. Did I just hear you correctly state that Roman Reigns is the best athlete in the world today? You gotta be freaking kidding me. You are looking at the greatest living athlete in the world today. Oh, it's true. Let me ask you a question, Arn. How many gold medals are around Roman Reigns' neck? 0. And I won mine with a broken freaking neck. All of this BS you're talking about Roman Reigns as if he's God's gift to wrestling. He's got nice hair, I'll give him that. He's got some nice Mickey Mouse tattoos, but he has no state amateur championships, he has no gold medals, and he has no titles. And until you've wrestled and beaten Kurt Angle, there is no way you can call yourself the greatest living athlete in the world today. And Arn, just a tip for you, if you want to make Roman talk, you put your hand up his ass, not your whole head. How dare you? How dare you insult this man? This man is the greatest living athlete in the world today. I stand by that, and I encourage anybody to prove me wrong.
Well, Kurt... Wait a minute. What is this? I don't think it's who I think it could be. Or maybe it is! We are in the presence of the Nature Boy! What the hell is Ric Flair doing here on Metal?
Did I hear you talk about me? And did I hear you say that Roman Reigns was better than Ric Flair? Kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun, 16-time champion, Ric Flair. And you're comparing me, Arn, to him? Double A, you must have been hitting the noggin too many times, boy. Cause Roman Reigns ain't a tenth as talented as the Nature Boy. Woo! Now, I'm the first person to admit I'm not modest, but there is one man who comes close to Ric Flair, and that man is Kurt Angle. And even I can admit, this man can out-wrestle me any day of the week, and he earned it, just like I earned it, just like you, Double A. You earned the right to be called one of the greatest in this sport. And when I see you hyping up that and calling Roman Reigns the greatest living athlete in the world today, he was still in diapers when I was up and down the road picking up women and winning titles. He couldn't even walk when I was riding in limousines, driving up and down the highway, living a good life. You and me, Arn, we were there. But Roman, you got here because of who your daddy is. That's exactly what it... Oh yeah! Woo! That's exactly why you're here. You're a good kid, Roman, but you can't lace up the Nature Boy's boots any day of the week. Nor can you lace up the boots of this man, Kurt Angle. And Arn, I'm surprised you would endorse this guy. I guess that makes you even more of a chump than Roman. But anytime you two want a shot at me or Kurt Angle, all you gotta do is ask. And the Nature Boy and the Olympic gold medalist will take you down for good. Woo! Woo! Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Woo!
Well, did we just hear a huge tag team match? It may look like it. Reigns is furious, Arn is furious, but Ric Flair is here, and he has endorsed Kurt Angle. Mr. Commissioner, I have a big problem. You saw last week what Emma did to me. She tried to break my leg, and I am not going to have any of it. I want Emma in a match tonight.
Well, Paige, unfortunately, you're already booked tonight. I've already booked a match for you. Later on, you're going to be going one-on-one with Trish Stratus, a former women's champion. And speaking of the women's title at WrestleMania, there's going to be a match held for the women's title. And the number one contender is going to be the winner of a cross-branded tournament that's going to be held very shortly. And in the first round of that tournament, I'm going to put you against Emma, so you'll get your revenge there. And if you get past her and then go on to the final, you could have a shot at the women's title at the grandest stage of them all.
That's fine, I'll get my hands on her then. But tonight I'm going to show Emma what she has in store for her after I beat Trish. Jesus, Finn, that was a hell of a bump you took at War Games. I mean, God, I just want to know how you're doing, man. I mean, I haven't seen you since Desolation. How you healing up? How you doing? So no, you want to know how I'm doing. I am fine. But it looks like you couldn't give a damn about me. I saw you with Seth in the books. You weren't concerned about me then, were you? Look, man, I just want to check if you were alright. I didn't want to start anything. It was the heat of the moment. I was happy I won. I'm sorry. You know what? Maybe sorry isn't going to cut it this time. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I've taken things way out of proportion. Look, it's alright, man. You took a hell of a fall. The fact that you're still standing here tonight is a miracle, honestly. And I've talked with the Bucks. We both agree, if it wasn't for the risks you took going to the top of the cage with Edge, we may not have won that match. We're thankful for that. And I know the Bucks are going to want your support when they take on Gallows and Anderson later on tonight. Do you know what? Maybe I'll catch it in my locker room when I'm healing up. But I have to be alone, right? I'm sorry, AJ. Money in the Bank qualifying matchup in progress. Wade Barrett taking on Cody Rhodes. There you see a elbow to the back of the skull. And Cody up against the ropes, but here he comes with a boot. But gets crotched on the top rope, and then the disaster kick from Cody. One of these men is going to join Adam Cole and Neville in the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. But it looks like it's going to be Cody Rhodes, but Wade Barrett managed to turn Crossroads into a power slam. And where is Wade Barrett going now? Oh, look at this. He's undone the top turnbuckle. That buckle is exposed. And Cody Rhodes goes face first into the unprotected steel turnbuckle. And now wasteland from Wade Barrett. But Cody hit that top turnbuckle hard. He may be out of it. And the referee may want to think about stopping this match. He could have broken his nose on that. But now going to pick up Cody and make... Oh, wait a minute! Where the hell did DDP come from? The Diamond Cutter to Wade Barrett. And DDP has been coming to the aid of Cody Rhodes in recent weeks, trying to look out for him, but... Well, Cody Rhodes, oh my goodness, he's furious, and why wouldn't you be? After all, Wade Barrett's going to win this match by DQ, which means he's going to WrestleMania, and Cody Rhodes isn't. DDP was trying to help, but in the process, he cost Cody Rhodes a shot of Money in the Bank, and Cody is furious with DDP.
can't take the pressure anymore. I can't do it. Maybe I'm just going to have to fire you. Is that what I'm going to have to do?
Oh yeah, you want to fire me? You want to fire me? I'll be above your laws then, and then you can't control what I'm going to do.
I know you're petrified of me. They should be petrified of me as well. You're not going to fire me, Commish. Well, no, I've had it. I've had it with you, and I've had it with what you've been doing. You're walking on thin ice. Now go home, because I don't want you here tonight. I can't control you, and I don't know what you're going to plan. So just go home.
So is there any reason you're out here, Emma? Because I know how Paige is so desperate to get attention from me. We're going to be facing off in that women's tournament, and she's going to be the first person I beat on my way to WrestleMania. Paige on the landing from the Hurricane Rana may have tweaked her knee again. Look at her. Not even half the talent I am. Can you see she's still hobbling from what I did to her leg last week? Well, she's back in it. Missed the chick kick does Trish, and there's the neck breaker from Paige. You're nothing, Paige. And to be fair, I think you could be underestimating Paige in this tournament, Emma. Have I lost yet? No. That's why I'm going to go to WrestleMania and win the women's title. Well, be that as it may, Paige now with a flurry of kicks and knees to the throat of Trish, and Trish to the outside. Good showing from Paige thus far in this match against the veteran Trish. She's going to be a stepping stone to me. Well, that remains to be seen. We'll see in the tournament. You hear that, Paige? Well, it's going to be a tough tournament match for Emma against Paige for the women's title #1 contendership. And it's Paige here now getting in the face of Emma, who's doing commentary here. You're not so big and tough now, are you, Paige? Have you got something to say to me, or are you just going to stare at me? Well, Paige making her way back in, and oh, look out! Oh, the chick kick from Trish. That's what happens when you get distracted, Paige. Trish Stratus with the chick kick off the distraction, and now from Total Stratisfaction, and Trish is beating Paige. Well, an impressive victory from Trish, regardless of the distraction. Emma, your thoughts on Paige? It's all about me. You can rest assured I'm not going to make any stupid mistakes like that, Paige. When we fight on that Torment Tour, I'm going to be the one winning. I may even spare her the pain of a broken leg, but let's not get too hasty. You're not so big and tough now, are you, Paige?
Oh, for God's sake, not you again. Look, I don't want any trouble. I've already had a crap night as it is. What do you want? I'll keep the short and sweet. I want a match with Roman Reigns, and I want it tonight. Right, a few things. First of all, Roman Reigns has already moved on after defeating you at Desolation. Second, who are you to demand anything from me? Do you remember the time you threw my lawyer off a bridge? Do you remember the time you dumped thousands of dollars of my money into the river? Not to mention last week when you tried to take down my corporate team by reuniting with the Shield? That backfired, didn't it? So no, you're not going to get Roman Reigns tonight, but I'll tell you what. I am going to give you another one of your former rivals in the ring tonight. You're going one-on-one with the man who you took the hardcore title from, that man being Jimmy Havoc. And you seem eager for competition, so let me just say this. I'm wheeling, dealing, making deals. I might find a new opponent for you in the future, and who knows, maybe you'll meet him tonight. How many times do I have to tell you that I will beat anybody you put in front of me? So maybe it'll be Jimmy Havoc tonight, but maybe next week it'll be you, Commish.
A rivalry renewed between Ambrose and Havoc later on tonight. Now folks, over the past couple of weeks there has been a monumentous Torment Tour going on in NLW. It's been mostly Instagram exclusive. Several matches have taken place on the event, including The Undertaker vs Kane, the Young Bucks vs the Dudleys, and many more exciting matchups that are only exclusive to Instagram. If you check on out the Instagram account, it is NLW Instagram, where you can find out what's been going on with the Torment Tour. And something else which will be going on this tour over the coming weeks is an Intercontinental Championship tournament. The board of directors has decided to make the Intercontinental title an exclusive championship to the Metal brand. The championship was of course vacated last week on NLW when Edge cashed the championship in for a world title match which he won against Shawn Michaels. Now due to the controversial nature of that title win, the board of directors feels it would be best if the Intercontinental title could no longer be cashed in as a Money in the Bank equivalent, considering the Money in the Bank ladder match already taking place at WrestleMania. However, the IC belt is a title with a lot of prestige behind it. Former champions include Alberto Del Rio, Chris Jericho, Finn Balor and others. Right now we're going to show you some exclusive photos from the Torment Tour and the opening rounds of this tournament to crown a new Intercontinental Champion. And these 4 quarterfinal matches took place over 2 days of the tour earlier this week. The first quarterfinal match was Drew Galloway going one-on-one with Wade Barrett. As you can see, Wade Barrett took the fight to Drew Galloway. However, it was Galloway with a Future Shock DDT, which meant he would advance to the semi-finals. The next match, Tyson Kidd and John Morrison, probably the 2 most underrated wrestlers on the Metal brand. As you can see, Kidd using the mat game to his advantage, whereas John Morrison was looking to use the high flying offense. However, the handspring got caught into the sharpshooter and Kidd advances. Next up we had the young up-and-comer Tyler Breeze, who went out of the gate to attack the legend that is DDP. The neckbreaker couldn't do it. He went for the unprettier, but he got turned around into the diamond cutter from out of nowhere, and DDP advances in this tournament. And the final quarter-final match was between second generations Cody Rhodes and The Miz. The Miz looking to get his career back on track. However, with the Skull Crusher finale, he did not connect. Instead, a Crossroads, and Cody Rhodes would be the final man advancing to the semi-finals. So there you have it. Advancing to the semi-final round is Drew Galloway, Tyson Kidd, DDP and Cody Rhodes. Now folks, coming up next, a huge tag team match pitting the Young Bucks against those good brothers Gallows and Anderson. And it seemed there was some friction earlier on tonight between AJ Styles and Finn Balor. Despite winning the War Games cage match at Desolation, Finn Balor wasn't happy with the way that the Bullet Club celebrated without him. Finn Balor was injured in the War Games match after he got thrown off the top of the cage. AJ earlier tonight tried to clear up some misunderstanding between the two, and it may seem like they've patched things up for now. Could Gallows and Anderson get revenge for the corporate team against the Bucks tonight? Let's have a look at the end of this match. Gallows and Anderson, after being on the losing end of War Games, trying to get a measure of revenge here. And what a powerbomb from Luke Gallows, so powerful. Is Gallows and going to tag in Carl Anderson, who started the match at War Games, and left with a bloody forehead. But here tonight, there's a diving neckbreaker in for the cover, but Nick Jackson pulls him off of the cover and saves the match for his team. The Young Bucks, former NLW Tag Team Champions, here tonight seem to be outmatched by the power of Gallows at the moment. Go for the Gallows pole, but Arana. Matt Jackson, Hurricane Rana to Luke, who tags in Carl, and now Nick tagged in. And Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks with a Tornado DDT. Luke on the apron, and there's a super kick to take him down. Super kick party here on Metal on the road to WrestleMania. Another double team, the powerbomb into the turnbuckle and the kick as well. And Nick Jackson on fire with a moonsault from the apron to Luke Gallows. And meanwhile in the ring, Carl Anderson has gotten to his feet, and there's the Claymore kick, the single leg drop kick from Carl. But it is Carl and Nick Jackson who are the legal men. Not going for a tombstone on Matt, is he? But Matt turns it around, and Nick on the apron springs in for the Nelson driver, hooks the leg, and the Young Bucks continue their momentum. The Young Bucks defeat Gallows and Anderson. The Good Brothers have been defeated. And they celebrate in the ring to the Bucks, but here comes Gallows and Anderson again, and there's a Gallows pole. And the match is over. There's no need for this. Carl Anderson choking out Nick Jackson. And here comes AJ Styles. He was also in War Games last night. And AJ Styles coming to the aid of the Young Bucks. But Carl Anderson trying to stop him in his tracks. But here comes more reinforcements. Here comes Finn Balor. And the calf killer. AJ. Excruciating pain to Carl Anderson. But what the hell? Finn Balor breaking up the submission. What was that about? What the hell's this? Gallows attacking AJ Styles. What the hell? Oh, for God's sake, no. Oh, and Balor with the drop kick to AJ Styles, and what the hell is going on? Balor points and shoots. Balor with Nick Jackson. And there's the Bloody Sunday. Another magic killer from Anderson and Gallows. Gallows and Anderson on the warpath here. And are they teaming up with Finn? What is going on? And the coup de grace, the spine of AJ Styles. And what the hell's gotten into Finn Balor? Earlier tonight, Balor was upset with, oh for God's sake, they're hugging as well. And it was only a few nights ago where they were beating the hell out of each other in War Games. And now, Balor's all buddy-buddy with the men he tried to take out at War Games. All because he didn't feel he got the respect he deserved? What is going on?
An unprecedented tour where NLW wrestlers battled across the globe mere months before WrestleMania. Now, it culminates with a special 3-part event live on YouTube. Championships will be decided, challenges will be made and accepted. Before WrestleMania, you have to get through the Torment Tour.
Dean Ambrose here tonight wanted Roman Reigns, well he's getting Jimmy Havoc by order of the Commissioner. And Terry Funk is willing on his client, who's going for the Acid Rainmaker but a punch away. And now goes for a head planter maybe, no, elbowed away, but Ambrose comes back with a fake out for the lariat. Ambrose with the lariat, trying to bounce back from the loss to Reigns last night at Desolation. Terry Funk willing on Havoc, and there's a drop toe hold. And now going to pick him up. Maybe going for that vertebraker. We will see. No! Turn into Dirty Deeds. Arms hooked. And Dean Ambrose is going to win this one. Well, he did say that he was going to beat anybody that the Commissioner put in front of him. And here tonight, he has handily put away his former rival, Jimmy Havoc. Ambrose victorious here tonight, but what's Rosemary? That's Rosemary. What's she doing here? She was the manager of the sideshow. We saw they broke up this past. Oh wait! Oh what the hell? Look at this! It's Braun Strowman, and he is laying waste to Dean Ambrose. My God! A front-facing chokeslam. And this past week on NLW, Braun Strowman turned on his partners, Luke Harper and Kamala in the sideshow. And now, the power slam to Dean Ambrose. Is this what the Commissioner meant when he said he was going to find somebody to challenge Ambrose? Well, he's not just challenged Ambrose, he's destroyed him. 400 pounds of mass, standing in Braun Strowman. And has he defected to metal? It sure looks that way. Braun Strowman has defected to metal. That must be what the Commissioner meant when he said he had a big surprise for Dean Ambrose, and that was devastating for Ambrose. Braun Strowman attacking him in the centre of the ring. Now folks, coming up next, it is the moment that Edge has been waiting for since he stepped foot in this company, to brag and bask in the glory of being the world champion. And it seemed that every step he took there was an obstacle for him to overcome, and he failed at almost every obstacle up until last week. It took the help of Samoa Joe to wrest the Intercontinental Championship from Seth Rollins, then cash that same title in later for a world title match, once again with the help of Samoa Joe. And after Shawn Michaels had been beaten mercilessly by Brock Lesnar, had been laid out by CM Punk, and also choked out by Samoa Joe, he was left for Edge to pick the bones and become the world champion. Now it seems as though it's going to be Edge going one-on-one with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, because as we know, Seth Rollins, who won the Royal Rumble, has a shot at the champion at WrestleMania. But of course, Seth Rollins is a member of the NLW brand, so he's not going to be here tonight. Seems as though Edge is free to do as he wishes tonight, as he begins his world title reign in a big way. Edge has been through a hell of a lot to become world champion, and I'm sure he's going to celebrate like that. And you hear the response, not exactly flattering, from this audience here tonight. And because the world champion can travel between shows, that means that Edge is allowed to appear on Metal here tonight. But usually it's just to defend his title, not to throw an extravagant celebration. And there you see the man who helped Edge win that world championship, Samoa Joe. And now look at this, confetti coming from the ceiling. And here, Edge makes his first appearance as world champ.
I have told the entire world what I was going to do here in this company, and finally, the Rated R era has begun. And to all of the doubters who still believe and say that I don't deserve this championship, screw each and every one of you. To those who question my decisions, screw you. None of you have even half the talent, the intelligence, and the perseverance to get where I am. And that's why you are jealous of my success to this point. I've had to put up with every single piece of crap that they've thrown in front of me since I stepped foot in No Limits Wrestling. Seth Rollins survived by the skin of his teeth the first time he and I stepped in the ring together at Insurgents. And then a month later, at the Royal Rumble, he was number 1, I was number 30, and he still eliminated me to go to WrestleMania. And everybody laughed at me. They said that Edge was a dumbass for losing with such a great opportunity. Well, to those people I say this, who's laughing now? Because I realized why Seth Rollins ascended to the top as quickly as he did. And sure, he can distance himself from the corporate team as much as he likes, but there was a time where Seth Rollins was the golden boy of this company. And when Seth Rollins decided to be a spoiled brat about his position in this company, I swooped in and took his place. I may have suffered a setback in War Games, but just one night later, I beat Seth Rollins and I won the Intercontinental Championship. And I could have bided my time until WrestleMania to strike, but the opportunity was just too sweet to resist. It was about time that I took my rightful place at the top of this card. So I waited until Shawn Michaels was bloody and beaten, and then, one spear later, I'm holding the World Championship. I took an opportunity and I seized it. But I cannot downplay the involvement of the man standing next to me, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Here you see a guy with all the potential in the world. Somebody who was there for me when I needed him. I'm the one who convinced the higher-ups in this company to sign Joe to a contract. And as of this moment, he has exclusivity to the champion. That means Samoa Joe travels where I go. He travels with the champion. And I want to assure everybody that this man is not subservient to me. He could just easily put me in the Coquina clutch like he did Rollins, like he did Michaels, and choke me out. But the fact is, he has too much respect for me, and I have the utmost respect for him for helping me win the championship. And by helping me, Joe has not only secured a job here in this company, he has also secured the top champion's paycheck. He's ensured the luxury limousines that comes with the title. And I promise you, Samoa Joe, now that I am the champion, I promise you will get a championship shot in the future. But first, Seth Rollins, it seems as though the universe doesn't want to keep us apart. You won the Royal Rumble. You get a shot at the world title. I beat you last week, and I'll beat you again. Only this time, it's gonna be on the grand stage of WrestleMania. No happy endings, no dreams coming true. I will crush you, because the future of No Limits Wrestling will be rated R.
Oh, look out! There's the former champion Shawn Michaels, but Samoa Joe doing his job and protecting the world champion. Joe, we know what his incentive is. It's the money and the promise of a future title match. Protecting Edge from the attack from Michaels, but Michaels! Good grief, a sledgehammer! And if Samoa Joe hadn't intervened, that sledgehammer could have caved in the skull of Edge. And the former world champion, the man that Edge took the title from this past week, after he'd been left bloody and battered. And look at Shawn Michaels taking the sledgehammer to the proceedings and just nailing the hell at that rated R sign, demolishing and crashing the party with that sledgehammer, and the world champion having to be protected by Samoa Joe. And Shawn Michaels wants his championship back, and he wants it back in a big way.